What is your name?
Ana Soto.
And where were you born, Anna?
I was born in Dominican Republic,
Which part of Dominican Republic?
Santo Domingo.
What was it like living in Dominican Republic or Santo Domingo?
Well, going outside to play every single day, people going to the water park to cool off from the sun. Kids used to ride cars because the cops was never ready patrolling around the neighborhoods. It was fun every single day living in Dominican Republic. However, there were a lot of poor neighborhoods in Dominican Republic. Families struggled to gain money and access to resources.
So, Anna, who made the decision for you to move to the United States?
My mom did. She thought Dominican Republic was not the best place to raise me because of how poor our economy was. And some she wanted a better life for me and made us move to the United States, US.
Now, when you moved to the United States, was it an easy decision for you?
It was really hard for me. I had to say goodbye so quickly to my friends, family, and teachers.
How old were you when you moved to the United States?
I was 16 years old when I moved to the United States.
So, when you first came to the United States, where did you exactly go first? Where did you live first?
Um, I live in the Bronx, New York,
And why was that?
because I have family member already living in New York. So my mom wanted to stay with them until she gets her own apartment.
And so, how long did you stay in the Bronx?
Only for a year because my mom wanted to move out of New York because she did not like the big city environment.
So, where did you live after the Bronx?
I live in East Boston.
Okay. Now, Anna, did you go to school here in America?
Yes, I have first started to attend school when I moved to East Boston. I forgot the name of the school, but it was a public school.
Okay. Now, in your opinion, do you think the education was better in Boston than in Dominican Republic?
Muy bien. However, it was hard because I had to learn English very fast, but the education here is much better than in Dominican Republic.
Now we're going to get in depth here. So, was you ever discriminated um in high school, like in America?
I was discriminated throughout all my junior high. The kids were very disrespectful to me, calling me names, saying I do not belong in America, that I should get deported because immigration do not belong in this country, and I will look at me with dirty looks.
Why do you think they discriminated you, Anna?
I think it was because of being an immigrant, and the American were surprised to see because there was no other immigrant like me.
So, today in 2017, do you think that discrimination is still occurring in our society?
Yes, and this is because of our new president. I have seen on Facebook what our president was said about immigrants, and this influenced Americans to follow him. And I think American is just going to get worse after this.
Thank you, Anna. Okay, Miss Soto. So, when were you born?
I was born in 1957 in Dominican Republic, particularly Santo Domingo.
And what is your current occupation, like your job right now?
I had just retired from being a maid and working in a Spanish restaurant.
Um, do you remember what that Spanish restaurant was called?
It was called merengue.
Merengue?
Yeah.
Okay. And how long was you working at Merengue for?
Almost 35 years now.
Oh wow, that's a lot. And how long were you a maid for?
Ever since I got to United States,
Oh wow. All right. And so, which part of Santo Domingo was you living in?
I live in Jose Marti.
And so, how long were you living in Jose Mati for?
I had lived there for almost 16 years.
How was the education system like over there in Dominican Republic?
Well, the education system was not good in Dominican Republic, unlike in America, where it was a lot harder, but it helps kids to have a successful life in the future.
Now, can you now before you told me how your mom want made the decision to move to the United States, do you know why she decided to move to the United States?
Well, she didn't want me to suffer like did in Dominican Republic, especially since our neighborhood was not a good one. She said she wanted the best life for me. So when I was 16 years old, my mother said that we was moving to United States.
So then, when you heard the news that she was moving to the United States, what was your reaction like?
I was very upset. I was going to leave my friends, family, and my fun life to have a brand new life. It was almost like starting all over
Oh wow.
life again.
Oh wow. And so, did you have a passport in order to get to the United States?
No, we didn't have passport.
So, how did you get the TSA? And the TSA is basically the security guards that work for the airport to make sure that you're like an illegal.
Okay. My mother got fake passports from a place. No, it's not funny. It's real. From a place not too far from where we live. I
Mm-hmm.
was a famous. It was a famous place for people to get their fake passports and travel out of the country. So when we make it to the airport, TSA didn't catch our fake ID and we went right through.
Oh wow. Very slick, huh?
Hmm.
Um, who paid in the tickets particularly? Who paid for the tickets?
My cousin did because we was going to live with them.
Okay. And so let's talk about when you first got to the airport. How was you feeling when you first arrived to the airport?
I was very upset. I almost cried because I was leaving everything to start all over again. I told my mom I did not want to leave, but she said that traveling to America it was for the best.
And so what was going through your head when you was first on the plane, when you was already boarding to go to America?
I was going to miss Dominican Republic, but another part of me was thinking about what American would like would look like.
Mm.
Yeah.
So when you first arrived to America, what did you first see when you got out of the airplane?
When I when I got off the plane, I saw a diverse of people, all
Mm-hmm.
different races, color skin. It was something I had never seen before.
And particularly, what state did you first go to in America?
I first arrived in New York since I was going to stay with my cousins.
Oh, the state that never sleeps, the city that never sleeps.
Yes.
Okay, and oh, I forgot my question. Da, 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 da. Okay, so who picked you up in New York? Your cousins did, right?
Oh, yeah, my cousin did.
And how was the life in New York? Like, what was the atmosphere like in New York?
Oh, it was something I had never imagined. So many people were ever you go, the amount of tall buildings that were present. I love New York in a matter of days.
And what did you find different that New York had that Dominican Republic did not have at all?
New York has so many opportunities for everybody to do,
Mm-hmm.
which was very different from Dominican Republic, since there was not a lot of opportunity out of Dominican Republic.
Mm. And so, what did you do when you was down there in New York, when you was at your cousin's house?
I mostly stay home and help my aunt clean the house and do chores. And my mother did want me to not attend school out there because we had lived in Bronx, which
Mm-hmm.
was another dangerous neighborhood. So my mom did not want me to go put in any danger. So she decided to put me in school. Not to put, she decided not to put me in
Not to put
school.
you in
Yeah.
school. Okay.
So I never left the house unless I had to do something important.
Oh wow. Okay. And so, what was your mother doing while she was down there in New York?
She was a maid and a babysitter. She worked 24/7, had double
Oh
shifts,
wow.
and take no
Oh
breaks.
wow. She was a hard work. And so, why do you think she worked so hard?
She's naturally a person that loves to work.
Mm-hmm.
However, she works so hard because she wanted an apartment of her own.
Okay. And so, how long were you staying in New York for?
I only stayed in New York for a year. Then, when my mom made enough money, she decided to move to Boston. Yeah.
Ah, okay. And so, and so, what made you come down to Boston in particular? Like, why did your mother decide to move to Boston out of all the other states in America?
My mother was tired of New York. She wasn't a fan of big cities and the excessive amount of people that was there.
She doesn't like.
Gracioso. Don't
And
laugh in this, no. Take it serious.
okay, I'm sorry. And so, which part of Boston did you live in first?
Moved to East Boston.
Um, and how did you like East Boston?
We live in a small, quiet neighborhood.
Did you attend schools out there in East Boston?
Yes, I forgot the name of the junior high, but attended school in East Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so
Been years.
years.
Yeah.
And so how how was your high school career like? So basically, what what did you experience while you was in high school in East Boston?
I started off as a junior, and the first couple of days was alright. But then after that, it was horrible. People started to make fun of me, call me names, and will stare at me and will just laugh.
Oh wow.
Every time I would enter the bathroom, the girls would run out laughing. Once received a death threat in my locker, and even though was weak at my English,
Mm-hmm.
the only thing I did understand was die and immigrant, and I got the summary and what the letter was trying to say. I
Oh
suffered
wow.
from the 2 years I had left of junior high. It was very cruel and terrifying
That
experience.
must have been. That's crazy. Um, and so why did you think that these people discriminated you? Like, why did you think they teased you? Why did you think this happened to you?
The reason was because there was not a lot of undocumented immigrants that had attended school,
Mm-hmm.
and the kid have never seen someone like me before. And so they said these things because I was completely different from them.
Mm-hmm. And so now that um now that you have a different view, now hold on. Now do you have a different view on America now because of that incident that happened to you during your high school career?
I don't anymore because more people of color and Latino are attending school, so you don't really see discrimination happening like that no more.
Oh, in the school, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay, okay. So even after your high school, your junior high career, did you still experience any type of discrimination that happened to you?
I was still discriminated even after junior high. People from the street will look at me making more death threat,
Oh wow.
standing at me, staring at me.
Mhm.
One person had even followed me and said they were going to call immigration service since immigrants should not be allowed to live in United States. I ran when that happened. Again terrified, I had not told my mom about what I've been through because I want to keep it all to myself.
And so the reason why you kept it to yourself is so that your mother doesn't have to be worrying about you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And so, um, did people start to stop discriminating you at some point of your life?
I think discrimination started to stop when I was around my 50s.
And why do you think that it particularly stopped around your 50s?
I think because I was starting to enter the old age,
Mm-hmm.
so nobody had really said anything to me.
Oh, okay. And so
Because I don't pay no mind. I'm very positive, you
mm-hmm.
know.
I can see. And so what? Oh no no no. So what? And so what are the pros and cons in your opinion of living in America then?
The pros are the opportunity that it provides, the resources that it has, and how organized our laws are. The cons will be the not so privileged people.
Mm-hmm.
This is because even in America, a lot of people suffer.
So the not so privileged people would be like the people that live in like the projects or like just people that aren't making money, right?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay. And so do you think that discrimination still continues today?
definitely. I feel like discrimination will always continue to exist.
And
Yeah.
so why do you think why do you think there's still discrimination today? Like, why do you think, who caused it? Who caused this discrimination to still happen today?
Our own president is the definition of discrimination itself. I always watch the news and I see that Donald Trump
Mm-hmm.
said about immigrants and how we should send them back to their homelands and build walls to stop them from entering America.
And so, why do you think Trump has caused this?
Since he discriminates a lot of people, especially toward the undocumented.
Mm-hmm.
He is encouraging his followers to dislike them, and this is what is creating more violence and us migrants to fear him and feel as we cannot stop this mess.
Oh, wow. And so, what does the president not like in America? Like, who does the president not particularly like in America?
He doesn't like immigrants or poor people.
Okay, so the people that are not privileged in America, and particularly immigrants. Okay. And so, why do you think that's the case? Why do you think he doesn't like those groups of people? Those specific groups of people?
Because this is what I see on the news. The news provides me with every single detail that Trump has said.
Mm. And so, um, have you seen on the news anything that Trump has done so far or has been trying to do so far?
What I had seen was Mr. Trump trying to separate families,
Oh, wow.
terrifying many people,
Mm-hmm.
having them stay in the house, terrified to send their kid to school because of the fear of getting deported back to their country.
So does like Trump like send like um how do you call those people? Those people that come to the neighborhood and like ask you if you're like elite, like what, how do you call those people?
Which one?
The immigration service. You know how there's like a specific person that would come to you, that would come to your door.
The DEA?
They're like cops basically, and they're
DA?
DA. Mhm. So those are the people that they are afraid to see, and that's why they're
They're
getting.
even afraid of the police.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I know that they don't want to call like the cops or anything because they're scared
They don't
about.
want to open the door. They'll be, they close the door. They don't want to open the door for nobody.
Mhm.
Scared.
Okay.
In some places,
In some places.
Yeah.
Okay. And so let's skip about Trump and let's go on to Hyde Park. So how come you went from East Boston to Hyde Park?
The apartment in Hyde Park is more comfortable
Mhm.
than the one I had in East Boston. It has more space for me and my husband and my doggy.
And do you like Hyde Park? Like, how is Hyde Park? Like, what do you like about Hyde Park?
I love Hyde Park. Hyde Park is very diverse
Mhm.
and the people are pleasant and nice. Was walk around the neighborhood because
You would walk around the neighborhood?
yeah,
Oh, okay.
I was walk around the neighborhood because
Mhm.
it is good for my exercise and it's a safe community.
Mhm.
There is also a supermarket right next to my house, so I like to take a walk down there.
Oh, there's what, the one in Shaw's or the one in Price Right?
The one in shop.
The Shaw's.
Yeah, I
Oh,
like
okay.
fresh vegetables. Go there like 2 or 3 times a week to get my avocado soup,
Avocado.
my milk, like grocery,
Okay.
fresh grocery.
Okay. And so, would you ever wanted to move back to Dominican Republic?
No, I don't want to move back there, but I would like to visit there during the holidays.
Mhm.
Love, love the 4 season here in America.
Mhm.
That's why I stay here because I can stand the heat in Dominican Republic.
What? But you're Dominican. You're supposed to love the heat. No, you don't like the
Well,
heat?
being so many years in United States, you get, I mean, I'm talking about myself.
Uh-huh.
You get used to the 4 seasons. I love the snow. Yeah.
The snow's nice, yeah. No, I don't like the
Clean
snow.
the air.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there, like, what do you do during the 4 seasons then? Like, do you do something particular in each season? Like, what do you do in the fall? What do you do in winter?
Winter, I mostly stay in the house. I go supermarket. I go exercise at the clinic. I visit a clinic, and I do there for exercise. Another building I go is the Fansport.
Mhm.
I go there for exercise on Wednesday,
Mhm.
because of the cold weather, I don't walk that much.
Mhm.
I don't want to get freeze.
Mhm.
So I do less walking on winter time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I go to the clinic, do my
Mhm.
exercise, indoor. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
Springtime, I start doing my walking,
mhm.
almost every day, at least like 30 minutes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Anna. So
You're
much. Thank you
welcome.
so much.
You're welcome.